Electricity. It moves at the speed of light to drive everything in our lives. In the Midwest, electricity comes from a variety of resources and feeds into an interconnected network of transmission wires. But who manages the system that powers our lives? Who creates the operational roadmap that makes sure those resources can be delivered to meet our demands?
Over the past several years, we have developed one of the largest wholesale energy markets in the country. Now, that's in addition to operating the transmission grid over parts of 15 states. Since we operate at the wholesale level, the end consumer, residential, commercial customers, they really don't know who we are. But that's okay. As long as we're doing our jobs, operating a reliable system efficiently, they don't really need to know who we are.
The Midwest Independent Transmission System Operator, or Midwest ISO, is the independent organization that connects buyers and sellers of energy to meet the demands of millions of users in the Midwest. Just as an officer directs vehicles to keep rush hour traffic running smoothly, the Midwest ISO is the not-for-profit gatekeeper that directs thousands of megawatts of electricity, making sure behind the scenes that the system is operating safely and reliably.
We provide for the transfer or transmission of reliable electricity on the grid. That has value in many ways. First, cheaper power to be traded in the marketplace that benefits those end consumers. And secondly, the more efficient use of the transmission system, which also adds for lower cost. In addition to these improved economic efficiencies, we also provide for better infrastructure planning so that regulators and investors can make better and more informed decisions on what to invest in, whether it's new transmission or where that transmission should be located. So our value proposition really is pretty broad. Reliability, economics, as well as that infrastructure planning and investment.
The Midwest ISO's 24-hour hub of operations is in the Indianapolis suburb of Carmel, Indiana, with another control room in St. Paul, Minnesota. The operations team oversees a network of 1,500 generating units that can be called upon to produce more than 160,000 megawatts of electricity. To succeed as an independent regional transmission organization, or RTO, the Midwest ISO must guarantee equal access to the more than 93,600 miles of high-voltage power lines that cover 920,000 square miles, stretching from Manitoba, Canada, on down to southern Indiana and parts of Kentucky.
The Midwest ISO is uniquely positioned to provide a high level of reliability to the transmission system within the Midwest because of several factors. One is our scope and our scale. We oversee 920,000 square miles, which is a very, very large area. We also monitor all of the transmission systems that are contiguous to us. We have SEAMS agreements with all of those transmission systems to ensure that we operate things in the most efficient manner possible. Secondly, we have tools that are second to none. Our tools are absolutely state-of-the-art and provide our operators with all the information they need to make quick, good decisions. And finally, our personnel. Our personnel are very, very high in terms of their capabilities. They're very, very well trained and very highly motivated to ensure that we provide the most efficient, reliable operations of the system as possible.
Through sophisticated data analysis tools, the Midwest ISO forecasts demand and creates a roadmap for delivery. Through a process called Security-Constrained Economic Dispatch, the Midwest ISO balances injections and withdrawals of energy on the grid, making sure there is enough energy to meet demand.
In the event a local utility loses a power plant prior to the Midwest ISO energy market, they were put in a very difficult position. If it were extremely cold or extremely hot, they would have to go out into the marketplace and determine where power was available and make arrangements to move it in to meet their customers' needs. With the 5-minute energy market, however, that responsibility is absorbed by the Midwest ISO.
Vital information on the flow of energy is updated every 5 seconds, and that means the Midwest ISO's systems must be ready and available at all times. Technology is the key that keeps this engine humming.
We use very rigorous processes to ensure that anything that goes into production is capable of sustaining that very high level of availability and performance, And then the technology. When people say world-class technology, we literally use world-class technology.
Directing energy traffic is just part of what the Midwest ISO does. Keeping the lights on requires planning ahead. To do that most efficiently, the Midwest ISO manages an energy market, bringing buyers and sellers of energy together to ensure the most efficient dispatch of available megawatts.
The Midwest ISO does bring many benefits to the region. First and foremost, we provide equal, unbiased, open access to the transmission system. That puts all of the market participants on a level playing field, and that's very important in anything we do. We're able, through this method also, to make sure that we use the assets as efficiently as possible. We provide tremendous amount of data transparency and information. It guides decision making, it guides investment, and it helps people understand what's really going on with the market.
Participants in the Midwest ISO's day-ahead market submit information on what they either expect to use or provide. Similar to the way you would map out your travel route and calculate the costs involved in making it to your final destination, the Midwest ISO examines those bids and offers, checks the load forecast for the time period, taking into consideration factors such as the physical limits of the power lines, potential outages for system or facility repairs, and generation availability. The Midwest ISO then chooses the least cost options for getting the power that's needed. The day-ahead market sets energy prices for each commercial pricing location in the Midwest ISO's service territory. With a transparent bid and offer system, buyers and sellers are in a better position to manage their energy transactions. The Midwest ISO also offers a financial transmission right that serves as an insurance policy against possible bottlenecks. An FTR is a financial instrument that helps buyers and sellers of energy avoid congestion costs.
The Midwest ISO truly is an independent organization. We have a 7-member independent board of directors. In fact, no board member can be associated with any market participant or hold an equity stake in any market participant's company. We also are required to have an independent market monitor whose function is to oversee the market to ensure that our market rules are being applied consistently and fairly. The independent market monitor reports to our board of directors and not to management. In fact, to replace or appoint a different market monitor, we must first seek approval from the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission. So the independent market monitor and our board of directors truly do look out for what is in the best interest of the marketplace and of the corporation as a whole.
Planning ahead to find least cost solutions also helps investors and regulators alike decide where to locate new power plants or transmission lines. Planning for our future power needs is a vital function of the Midwest ISO.
The Midwest ISO Transmission Expansion Plan, or MTEP, includes the traditional power flow kinds of modeling that utilities always did. But in addition to that, it looks at where transmission might be constructed that can lower the price of energy inside the wholesale marketplace. We're showing about $3 billion of investment on the books. The return for that is about $2 billion in reduced congestion. That is, reduced cost inside the wholesale marketplace. So the payback on those investments is pretty robust.
Because of their commitment to continuous improvement, planning, and coordination, Midwest ISO and its members work together to identify system improvements, information that the public and private sectors depend upon to build a stronger infrastructure for our future.
Over the past several months, I've had the opportunity to meet with many of our customers. They provide me with really invaluable feedback on how we're doing. As a result of these conversations, we have developed internally 3 cornerstones, or what we're calling the foundation, on how we want to run our business. The first of these 3 cornerstones is customer service. It is vital that we provide excellent customer service to everyone that we serve. The second cornerstone is operational excellence. We must do the right thing every day in the most cost-effective manner possible. And last but not least is effective communications. We need to receive appropriate feedback from our stakeholders, including issues or problems and how we can improve. Then we must effectively communicate our responses so they understand our positions and how we came to our conclusions. Our employees are outstanding individuals. They're motivated, they're energized, and they're very, very bright. They're the most valuable asset this organization has. I've said many times, I'll stack them up against any I know and any I don't know. They do an outstanding job, and I appreciate what they do for this company. With their hard work, I assure you we will continue to be a leader in this industry.
Midwest ISO, providing excellence in operations, serving our customers, managing the system that powers our lives.
Midwest ISO, energizing the heartland.